Hello everyone, this is Brad Johnson here, and I'm going to be doing an audio topic as it relates to the question, am I on the right or wrong path? This is again one of the most common questions I get in my readings quite commonly. Well, basically to answer that question, it would be no more different than as if we were to look at our body and give some type of impression of saying that, well, my body isn't feeling like it is in tip-top shape. It doesn't feel like I've exercised it too much. I don't feel my legs or my arms or my back is very strong. I don't feel like I've been eating food that complements my body. Am I in the right or wrong type of condition as it relates to my body? Well, your body will still be your body, but it may represent the aspect to where there has been a lot of stagnation. There may have been, again, a lot of processed foods and debris that has represented the body in its conditional state. Does not mean you have occupied the wrong kind of body. It's the idea that the decisions you've made based upon how you have taken care of your body represent the effect that is generated based upon what you feel was appropriate for yourself at the time. This, again, would reflect in kind to your own life path. You're never really on a right or a wrong path. It's not always about looking at the polarity about what is right and what is wrong. You can't look at that generically. The aspect of right or wrong is always going to be something subjective, is always going to be perceptual in that way. So looking into this is no more different as well in looking to what is the beginning and what is the end, is that we really do not have a beginning and we do not have an end. We have a shifting of cycles. It's like looking at all of these collective rings that are linked together. We jump in one ring, and as it represents the circle, we have an infinite amount of possibilities that represent that theme of consciousness. So that may be a theme as it relates to personal body care or personal diet, that we have an infinite amount of possibilities as it relates to that particular theme, that we're playing in many different infinite aspects that would not be complementary to the body. Yet we're still playing with those energies, and the universe allows us to play within those particular types of energies and saying, well, this is what you're sampling inside this ring, inside this circle. How does it make you feel? No, the way that I've been taking care of my body, the way of the food, the type of food that I'm eating, this is not something that serves me. This is not a compliment to my body. I don't feel it's a right or a wrong because the universe is allowing me to do it. So I have looked into what it is that I have been attracting through this ring of theme that I'm exploring, and I know it's not for me. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to now take care of my body. I want to look into improved health. I want to look into improved diet. Now what we do is we hop to another ring. So there is basically the only aspect of beginning and end is the interpretation of the illusion of us shifting from one ring-based reality to another ring-based reality, yet they are simultaneously connected. They are simultaneously coexistent. They are coplanar with each other. And so we're jumping from one ring of theme to another ring of theme. And we're noticing now that as we're playing within this particular ring, everything is starting to feel so much better. You're now taking care of yourself, you're eating properly, you're exercising, you're meditating on a regular basis. This theme feels more like you. It's a Goldilocks principle. It's the idea that something was once too cold, another thing was once too hot, and now you're moving into a ring that feels just right. But in order for you to understand exactly what feels just right, you need to spend a lot of time looking into the debris of that which has not served you, of where you're basically just giving the impression, no, this is not right, this is not appropriate for me, this may not feel right personally for myself, but I cannot look into anything that says generically, this is right or wrong. So you're never really on a right or wrong path collectively or generically. The universe lets you play with these energies. It lets you play in these different rings of consciousness, these rings of themes, and giving you an impression. This is what I prefer. This is who I want to be. Because I've looked into everything that has shown me, I don't like the way my body has become so stagnated due to lack of exercise, that I haven't been eating appropriate food that complements my body. I'm going to change it. So basically, when we start to look into the debris paths, which is what I would call them, or that which does not serve, then we're basically doing a great service to ourselves. And this is why I don't look at anything on a generic level of something that's right or wrong, because those paths that have represented debris and lack of complement have done a great service to us. And this is where we're actually giving a lot of thanks, love, and appreciation to our reality body, because it has allowed us to go into a path that is offset, that is out of alignment with ourselves. And now we're learning, all right, this is not for me. This is not a complement. And so now I know exactly what I need to do. It is representing the opposite of what I've been doing. And so that is where I give thanks to that debris path, to that path that was out of alignment, for showing me this, for helping me to realize what I've been doing with my life. And now I'm being in that state of willingness to change. So there may always be that blame game and saying, oh, why couldn't I have figured this out 20 years ago or 30 years ago? Why did I spend so much time on this particular path incorporating all of this debris into myself? It's because you needed to be thorough, right? So looking at it in this particular way, you're no longer hard on yourself anymore. I would basically say the people that have spent 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, are very thorough people. They are thoroughly looking into themselves on a very grand level, showing themselves, yes, this was not a path of my preference. This was a debris path, but I am thanking that debris path for allowing me to continue to travel within that ring circle and giving me an idea more thoroughly about what I needed to do for myself to transform myself and go into another ring circle that's linked together, that's coplanar, and being able to get an understanding of what is now my true path because I've looked at that ring circle, that old theme, so thoroughly. And that, to me, is showing a really great creator, right? There's people that just look in these things and look at these ring themes that we're doing, and they say, oh, okay, nope, not for me, and I jump out of it. That's great, too. That's being very conscientious. But then there are those in that sense who are being very thorough. Now, not that one is better than the other, but it again represents an appreciation for different sides. One who is thorough, one who is conscientious, one who will basically just dip their toe in the pool and say, no, I'm not going in there, right? And just having that realization. So you have the realized, you have the potentials, you have the aspect of those who are thorough. And these are all great compliments to each other. And saying that I needed to be thorough. I needed to really examine this. I needed to scrutinize it. And I was looking at this from every particular angle. Now, when I'm jumping into that theme that complements me, my goodness, am I going to make an incredible leap, an incredible leap within the loop of the circle. And that's what's going to make all the difference, all the transformation. So what I would say to those people who feel that, Brad, am I on the right or wrong path? Be easy on yourself. Do not feel that this is something that you are accursed to explore, or feeling that you're just, going so far into condemning yourself with wrongness, right? It's not about that. It's showing that you're being very thorough. And as you continue to be thorough, you will simply realize, I've looked at this from all angles, and now I'm hopping into another loop. I'm leaping myself into another ringed theme that is coplanar with this experience. And now, like Goldilocks, I've found what was just the appropriate serving, the appropriate complement to myself. So this is how you're saying that you're walking into a path that suits you by looking very thoroughly into one that has not. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Brad Johnson, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Take care. Namaste.